Hey, we're here with Tkell Knives. Just getting an update on his products and his life.
My life is my product. I carry them around.
So, what's been new?
New. Lots, really. The biggest thing the last week or so is powder coat. Really,
Wow, that knife looks awesome.
really been wanting to get into powder coat. 1 to 1095. It'll rust, but it's the best steel on the planet. I don't care what you say. It's a high carbon.
Let's see that knife that you're holding.
Oh yeah, this is actually a custom order.
Wow.
Using our Bushmaster handle, which is our new extreme duty line of knives. The Bushmaster was kind of the flagship.
Let me get up close to this knife.
So this is the OD green micarta with the copper rivets.
I love that blade on there.
Black powder coat made by PPG, so it's automotive grade. It's actually made for John Deere, so it's commercial farming grade. Super abrasion resistant. You're not going to get any water under there. It's got 2,000 hours salt spray. I mean, that's a lot. That's like deadliest catch crab fishermen. Lots of freaking salt water. It's like a 180-mile-an-hour test, and they do an abrasion test. We are sandblasting before with glass beads, so the adhesion is stellar.
I think one thing I've noticed that you're constantly improving your product, and you've changed a lot of your processes. Do you want to summarize?
We got a professional heat treat oven, which allows me to dial it down to the 1,000th of a degree, which is really specific. We're still continuing with the dual temper cycle. That's a big thing. We have changed the sharpening to a newer process using it's a magical wheel. It's not a diamond wheel. It's a CBN wheel. They last forever. They put a terrifying edge on a knife. I don't know. Maybe I can find a spot.
How do you come about all these changes? You're really innovative.
Well, I really care about making it better than it was last year. I don't want to be that guy that had a decent knife 3 years ago, and then he gets into Walmart and he outsources all his shit to China, and it's garbage knives. Not that I'm saying that China makes garbage knives, but China makes garbage knives. I like a high carbon steel. I wanted to stick with it, but I hated the issues I was having with corrosion. So that explains the powder coat. The edges, a lot of people can't put a convex edge back on a knife. I can because I've got a belt sharpener. Other people that have a work sharp can do that because that's what they have. But if you want to be able to put the edge back on yourself, you need a good flat grind. This is dead set on a 20 degree. And then we backstrop it on leather with 40,000 micron CBM paste also. Basically, all that means is that this is going to be the sharpest knife that you've ever used in your life. If you can see that? It just clean shaves.
Yeah, I mean, I think for anybody that saw your stuff, maybe, I think it was a year ago you started showing it at the Chattanooga Market Circuit. I mean, the quality has just skyrocketed.
It's important. We used the crappy rivets because that's what everybody used. And then I was getting them pull out, then I was getting them rusting, and I didn't like that. So we switched to these. Yes, they're 4 times more expensive. Did I pass the cost on to you? No. Because my name's on it. My name's not on this because I have more equipment coming in to put my logo on the blades with a thermoset ink that's never going to come off too. But there's also the X-clip design. Instead of just having a clip bolted to a screw, you can do cross draw. Just take it out with a dime, rotate them around. We switched to Bolt-A-Ron, which prints better. It's more scratch resistant. It actually resists bacteria more. It was developed for the airline industry, for the airplane walls and hospital walls. It's just the same stuff you see on a hospital wall because it doesn't trap bacteria. Prints better, higher melting temperature, 300 degrees versus 190. So go ahead and lay it on the dashboard of your truck and then pick up one made out of Kydex and your knife falls on the ground.
Yeah, and your knives are really affordable. Your price point is an average of what, like $100?
And that's because
something like that.
I do it all myself.
Yeah, when you say we, you're saying this because we're a family? Okay, I'll get it in just a second.
Yeah, we, because we're a family. We is me and the person behind the camera and the kids. I mean,
Yeah, but you're the one doing.
I'm doing all
You're
of
doing
it.
all the work.
We bought a CNC machine to help me do handles. I upgraded to professional grinding systems. I upgraded my heat treat equipment. All the powder coating, all the heat treating, all the cutting, all the shaping, all the cases, all the clip design, all that stuff happens in my basement. All of it. And that reminds me, I need to do a new shop tour because we've been allowed to move into the basement. It's better for climate control.
Yes, I think people would like to see the new shop tour.
The new shop is freaking awesome. I've just been so busy. Well, with the coronavirus, not as busy as I'd like to be, but
you've had time to really
that's
be
where
creative.
A lot of this has come from stuff I've been wanting to do to the knives. At the end of the day, my name's on it, and you may defend yourself with something like this. You know,
you take pride in what you're doing.
This is a carving knife made for one of the local restaurants. One of the guys who works there has been on TV a bunch of times. I'm not name dropping because that'd be rude, but maybe he'll like the video. I don't know. So maybe you're carving your Thanksgiving turkey, or maybe you're going on Food Network with a knife that says Tkell on it. It's more important to me that it works better for you than it did last year. So
yeah, I mean, if anybody has anything they want to change on it, you have a lifetime warranty. So
yeah, I don't care if you give it to somebody and it's been handed down for generations. I know my stuff. I know if I made it and you do something to tear it up, or you're not happy with the quality. We've had like one warranty claim, and it really was from a dude who put his chef's knife in the sanitized cycle, and he destroyed the temper on his blade, and he caused the epoxy to come off. We don't even use that epoxy anymore. We use some super structural stuff that holds the glass panels up at like 100 feet above your head when you're walking. So good luck breaking it off. And then we're pressing these pins in with 1,000 pounds of force, so they're not coming out unless you drill them out. But you know, kind of circle back to where it drives me to make a better product every time and keep the prices low. And to keep the prices low, I'm not having somebody make my blades for me. I'm not having somebody heat treat my blades for me. I'm not having somebody do the powder coating for me. I'm not having somebody make the cases. I'm not ripping off other people's freaking designs, you know.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think stands out about your knives. The designs are really unique and detailed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more concerned about the edge geometry and the way it feels in your hand, and the fact that this knife has a glass breaker on it that's actually going to break glass.
They just look good,
and
though.
And that it's comfortable in your hands, that it's a good quality steel. The hand comfort and the balance of a blade is way more important. And I'm not bagging on these other knife makers, but a lot of them make a bunch of weird looking shit. So I guess I am bagging on them, but there are some guys that make great stuff.
Well, I'm not just saying that. I mean, I see you show me the knife cases at Bass Pro and different places, and I'm like, your stuff
something's eating my leg.
Looks really either on par or better to me. I just don't, and I'm not even.
Because you're my wife.
No.
Other people started saying it, but I'm not a big-headed type of dude. I may be confident, but I'm always second-guessing every step that I do, and I think that's what drives me to do better.
The stupid battery is gonna go dead, and I'm trying to do your video. This says 7%.
7%. I'll kill all 7 of them.
Dang it.
But anyway. I don't know what else really there is to say. Our kids are going nuts.
Well, no, I mean, I think we need to do an updated video because we've put out some videos a couple years ago, and you've changed a lot. We talked about how to make a knife and tips.
Look.
We talked about tips, and I know there's, we don't have a whole ton of followers, but we've got some people that have questions and are interested in what you have to say. So
I still get questions on my old videos and processes that I don't even do anymore.
Yeah, give a quick update on what don't you do, what did you say then that maybe you do differently now.
So many things that are different. We just need to do another build through.
Right, I know you have a professional grinder. At that time you were talking about making your own grinder.
Right,
you really, basically your channel is just showing your stages of growth.
Right.
So you're doing things different.
You know, I had a guy ask me a while back, would I go ahead and get a professional grinder? And my answer was no, and I didn't hear back. It may have offended him. I may not have. He may have got the answer he wanted. But I promised the lady behind the camera that I wasn't going to spend a ton of money in this. One, because I had a great job at the time, and we had no idea we were going to get furloughed. And she actually said, "Hey, you could do that." And long story, but anyway, I wanted to use stuff I already had, and I like to make stuff, obviously. So I made my first big grinder, my 2x72. It got to the point where all of a sudden, whoa, people wanted our stuff, and I couldn't produce on that grinder. So I bought a Reader Products grinder, which I very highly recommend. Not sponsored. I paid the full $4,200 for it and all the parts. I don't even think they know that I mentioned their name. I don't really care because I got it, wanted to lay horizontal, which I never use, but you can go in reverse, and that was important to me at the time for sharpening. My sharpening system's different. I burp on camera a lot. Gosh, I use completely different belts than I used to, and my procedures are different than a lot of other people.
And you're really open about that, so if anybody has any questions, just ask us.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, but
in the comments.
What you get from me, it's not going to be what every other knife maker.
Yeah, I mean, you have come about all this on your own, on your own research. You haven't. I mean, everybody gets inspiration from other people and things like that, but you really have done all of this by your own process.
Yeah,
finding out your own way.
Literally, I'm waiting on new tools and new stuff for a new process that I'm starting as soon as it gets in.
Yeah, you don't have a team or a company that's been making knives forever to tell you, hey, this is how you put logos on, this is how you do this and that. You just done it, you figured it out all on your own.
My first logos etched were on a homemade etcher. As a matter of fact, I'm still using that thing, and it works great. People are so tight-lipped. There's so many knife makers out there. They come up to us at shows and stuff, and I don't know who they are. I probably should, but I don't. And they hear the way I'm doing stuff, and they can't understand how we're keeping our prices low using the materials that we're using. It took me 9 months to get
Yeah, but you're like
G10.
a genius. I mean, not to sound, because you're my husband, but you go a lot faster than most people.
I work fast.
You've always been a fast worker. Everybody you've ever worked with has been jealous of you because you get promoted. So it's just you're naturally able to.
I'm blessed though. I mean, none of it's my own volition. I don't.
Yeah, God has blessed you with a lot of skill and talent. And you're able to.
Yeah, I screw up.
You're able to, and in fact, a lot of people don't even believe that you make this stuff and that you've only been doing it for a few years because of how great it looks.
You know how hard it was to get vendors online, like to buy this G10?
Yeah.
I look like, well, of course, you were very intimately involved in the headaches and beating my head against the wall, and to get the pricing to keep the knife where I want, but have a good American-made, super high-quality G10.
Yeah, you've really poured your blood, sweat, and tears into getting it to where it is.
Last October, we ordered this, and I got it in 4 weeks ago, and they promised a 6-week turnaround time. That's not 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm scraping together supplies. I'm still buying from the big supply houses, Alpha Knife Supply and Texas Knife Maker. If you're going to build a knife out of their catalogs using their material, you have to charge $400.
Yeah.
Because that shit is expensive.
Yeah.
I'm the only person within 100 miles that's importing my steel directly from the steel mill. Do you know how hard that was to get set up?
Yeah.
It is insane.
Yeah, so you've done all the legwork so that you can have a low price point.
The pricing on the material, better, higher quality materials than most people are using for a Walmart price knife.
Yeah.
But we're taking the time.
Yeah, don't make no mistake. It's not a Walmart price. It's not a Walmart quality knife.
No, and that's why we've only had.
It's a $400 knife for $100.
Yeah, I mean, this one's $110, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm saying your average price is $100.
But yeah, I mean, we have other knife makers have asked, like, man, how are you? There's no way you can do that for that price. And they buy them. Knife makers buy our stuff. And we've had 2 people in particular that are decently established. They keep buying more of our stuff, saying they can't tear them up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drop names. They can comment if they want to comment. I doubt they watch my stuff. But they're like, how are you making as many knives or the quality that you're making and keeping the price? I do it myself.
Yep.
I do it myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes she used to help, but now the toddler is insane. She takes every minute of every day. And then there's dinner and sleep, and that's it. That's about it. So, researching my own stuff, ask me some questions too. I mean, literally 2 weeks ago, I sell a knife to a guy. He calls me yesterday from an Instagram picture, and he says, "That's the same knife that I bought from you a couple of weeks ago. The edge is different and it's powder coated." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, will you do that to my new one?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" But he's like, Jeff, he's bought literally like 30 knives from me.
Yeah.
He's been great, and he was a cop, so he knows how to buy good knives and kill people with them.
No,
He doesn't do that. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah, so let's wrap this up, and we're gonna film some other videos on some different topics.
Yeah, we're gonna do some other stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching at my typical ramblings. Bye.